Yo, what's up, guys? I'm out in the garage here. Beautiful day outside. And I just figured that this was an appropriate video to make because this is probably the most common DM that I've received for a while now. It's just like, what the hell is going on with Project 250R? And dude, it just sucks. I know a lot of you guys are going through the same thing. Before I even start this, man, like, how are you guys doing with this coronavirus? I know I'm feeling really, really consolidated. I was just talking to a couple of my buddies yesterday on the phone, and everybody's kind of going through the same thing, just like frustrations and whatnot. Luckily I can still work because I'm doing YouTube, but it's just really frustrating not being able to go to like restaurants and bars and stuff. I know you guys are missing all that stuff too. So I'm like a garage body. You guys know me as like the garage guy working on quads, working on the Maverick and stuff like that, which is cool. But dude, it's just getting old, man. It's like I'm in the garage all the time now. That's all I do. I miss going to the gym and stuff. But Project 250R is I get so many questions on Project 250R, and I can't really make an update video for you guys because there's nothing to update you on. Unfortunately, just things have slowed down. So like the guys that are following that build, you probably saw we took this stuff for powder coating. It's like over 3 weeks ago now. I was told 2 weeks. I'm not blaming the company either. It's just a product of the situation that we're in. The the powder coating place is short staffed. They're not making excuses or anything. Like, they told me up front, it'd probably be 2 weeks, but it could take a lot longer. So it's understandable. So we can't do anything until the stuff from powder coating comes back. And the motor, kind of the same deal. We're waiting on parts. So the motor's pretty much done. If you're new to the series and you haven't seen it, there's a couple videos assembling this bottom end. And here is, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is actually a prototype. This is going to be the quick change clutch cover. It's going to go right there. And I have both of the side covers are at the powder coating place as well. I'm not going to tell you what color they're going to be. I'm going to surprise you guys. But it'll look pretty trick because this is the prototype piece. Like I said, this isn't the actual one that's going on there. The logo was slightly off. Like when it's on here, it was I think it was like this. So it needs to be rotated just a little bit. There were little minor stuff. I mean, getting custom pieces made like that, it's never quick. So that's a big reason why we're kind of on hold with this project. So this is going to be flat dark earth. So it'll be flat dark earth, and then we're going to have a different color for the piece of case behind it and for the stator cover, which is pretty trick. And we're also getting a custom cool head being made. It's actually not custom, well, semi-custom. But NPM is making them, Nelson Precision Manufacturing. For you guys that follow the channel, you're probably familiar with them, and definitely check them out. They make some really cool firearm stuff, and they make a lot of 250R stuff. If you go to their website, you might not guess right off the bat because they do so much firearm stuff, but they do make 250R parts, and they're all top-notch. So they're doing all the custom stuff for me. So we just have to wait. That's going to be a waiting game. So I can't really progress with anything. We can't do the top end because we're waiting for the cool head. And I can't do the stator because the head needs to be assembled. So I'm just waiting for all those pieces to come in. We'll do the motor. If the powder coated stuff comes back first, we can build a roller. That's all we're waiting on. I can't wait till that stuff comes in, believe me, because everything's here, man. Our tires are ready to rock and roll. Parts are just kind of laying out. It's sad. YZ125 stuff is sitting in there. That's another thing. I might get rolling on this project, but I'm kind of assuming that the powder coat stuff is going to be done hopefully beginning of next week. And I don't know if I want to get rolling on the YZ125 just yet, because when the powder coated stuff comes in, all we're going to be doing is Project 250R. The Maverick's done. I actually have it all together. The only thing is the center console stuff. Like, you'll see this one bolt here isn't tightened down, and our gauge cluster isn't done. That's because we're waiting for the temperature sensor that's going to go right here. I was hoping that would be here by now. I ordered it 13 days ago, and the tracking that I got, the tracking number it doesn't even work. Kind of interesting experience I've had with the company that I ordered that from, but it just is what it is. Like I said, this freaking pandemic stuff has just created issues. Luckily, we were able to finish the Maverick really quickly. We could actually, I could button up those panels, the thing's ready to go. We just wouldn't have the temperature sensor. But some cool news on that. I'm going to be going riding this Saturday. So what's today? Wednesday. So 3 days from now, I'm going riding. If the temperature sensor comes, we're going to bring the Maverick, and I'm going to take the Banshee, and I'll be bringing Matt with me. So he'll be ripping the Maverick, and I would be riding the Banshee, which I'm going to show you in a second, because I still get comments too asking if I have the Banshee. And I have, these are those replica carbs. I'm going to be doing a little series on the replica carbs. I'm not going to do like an in-depth spec, how these things work video. We're going to do seat time. What I'm going to do is we'll run it with the Keyens. The Keyens are on the Banshee. I'll show you where she sits. Don't yell at me. I know she's been sleeping outside, man. I just don't have the space. Unfortunately, there's not enough space in the shed. So I've had it up on the trailer so that we don't get any moisture underneath, and she stays under this cover. She's a little bit dirty, but she's still here. I was posting some pictures up the other day on Instagram, and those are current pictures. I just took them. Still nice and clean. But yeah, I think people thought that I sold the Banshee. I'll never sell this Banshee. Oh yeah. Yeah, man, this is the Banshee. This is the quad that started it all. You can see she's still clean, and she's ready to rock and roll. I pulled her out the other day and made sure that she's ready to go. Fired up. I think it was the second kick she started up. Got my premix all mixed up. Just running pump gas in it, man. 93 with some bean oil. That's what she's set up for. I think she makes about 70 to 80 horsepower on pump gas. A lot high. This is a torque build. It's a 421 Assassin, for anybody wondering. So that's what we'll be riding on Saturday. That's definitely going to happen. Then hopefully that belt temperature sensor comes in, and we can take the Maverick too. It would definitely be cool to rip the Maverick. So that's what's going on, guys. We're playing the waiting game. I just don't want you guys to think that we're not going to finish the Project 250R. Not at all. It's just these weird circumstances that we're going through. Like I said, I know everybody's going through the same thing. So you guys let me know in the comment section below how you're doing. Hope all you guys are doing really good. And if you have any suggestions for the riding video, like I said, it's just going to be like a seat time test for those carburetors. I'm going to go riding this weekend with the Keyens that are on there now, and then we'll swap over to the replica carbs from DBC Racing, and we'll just see if what the difference is with seat time. We'll see if I can even notice the difference. And down the road, I would like to do a dyno run and see how the numbers are. That would be really interesting. It's just easier said than done. Where I'm at, I'm having trouble finding a dyno for four-wheelers. If anybody knows of a place that can dyno four-wheelers, shoot me a DM or leave a comment in the comment section below. I try to keep up with them. Sometimes I don't always see them, but definitely drop me a line if you know where I can take these things to get some numbers, because I know you guys would be interested to see that too. I'd love to see how much power this 421 makes. And it would be really interesting to see how those replica carbs compare, because the big thing with the replica carbs is they're so much cheaper than buying genuine Keyens. Genuine Keyens are expensive, man. So if the replicas are, even 90% is good, I'd say they're worth it. The reliability is what I question. So as long as they're reliable, definitely a solid purchase. A lot of people send me questions about them. But yeah, I guess that's it, guys. Just a short video letting you guys know what's going on. And let me hop over to the computer. I'll show you the graphics, because we are actually waiting for those, but I don't think there's going to be any delay in the graphics. So I'll hop over to the computer, show you what they're going to look like. All right, we are on the computer, and I am starving, so I'm about to get some Papa John's pizza. I'm not even kidding. Pizza has been like my vice during the coronavirus. So this is going to be a pretty lax video, if you guys couldn't tell already. So we're going to hop on to Illustrator. Illustrator is pretty much the #1 go-to that I use when I'm designing my graphics or logos, things like that. I'll usually use Illustrator because Illustrator does vector images and Photoshop does like raster images. So like raster images, when you blow them up, they distort, they get pixelated, whereas vector can be blown up infinitely and they won't distort or pixelate or anything. They won't lose resolution. So I'm not going to go all graphic designer on you, but that's the program that I use because a lot of people ask me, like, oh, dude, who designs your graphics? I design my graphics, dude. So wait a second, I think I opened up the wrong one here. It's the right one, but the wrong version. So here is the military logo that I designed. It's going on the graphics. So if you've been following the 250R series, you've probably seen the graphics. But I did do some tweaks. I'll show you in a sec here. But this is basically just honoring the military. So don't forget, guys, the whole purpose of the 250R's design was to honor the military. And this is the 5 branches of the U.S. military. The only one I didn't put on here was Space Force. I wasn't really sure whether or not to put them on here. I mean, I have respect for every branch of the military. I'm just not really familiar with the Space Force. That's a brand new branch of the military. So I just have the 5 traditional forces on here. We got the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines, and of course their emblems on there. And I have the 2 M16s in the middle. They're Vietnam era M16s. I chose those because my dad served in Vietnam. So this, it's just kind of like a bronze star. It's supposed to be like bronze and platinum. I put that in there, put like the circle around the back with the flag in it. Just kind of like a simple, but I thought like professional and like very military looking logo. And then I will place that right on top of the graphics that I designed before. And I did change them very slightly. And I'll show you here. Here is the total graphics. So once again, this is why I did an Illustrator, because these things are going to be huge. They're going to actually go on the plastics of the quad, obviously. So I wanted these to all be vector images so we wouldn't get any distortions or anything. So you can see on the side here we have the American flag in the background. And this is actually a subscriber pointed out to me what I had done incorrectly. The flag originally in the background here was the opposite, so the stars were back here. And the subscriber is a Marine, and he told me that the flag should never be dragged. So, well, the flag is dragging, so you don't want it with these stars in the back. That doesn't make sense. So the front of the quad should have the stars at the front, and the stripes always follow. At least that's the way I understand it. It's new information to me. I didn't know this, so I really appreciate the guy reaching out to me and let me know, because the last thing I want to do is disrespect the military or put this up incorrectly. Apparently this is something that a lot of people don't know, though. And also, like the little mini flag in the front, on one side it was correct and on one side it wasn't, because I used the same image. So I just flipped it. So that is changed. But otherwise, everything's pretty much the same. On the little like sponsorship panel here, we've got everybody that helped out with the build. We have NPM on there, DRW, Precision, ESR, DBC Racing, TRX250R.org, AGMX, of course, who's printing the graphics, LED Performance, and SV Innovations, which is Shell Vest, who made this trick sign in the back here. Thank you so much, Shell. And we'll go to the back of the graphics here. Whoops. This is what's going to be covering the rear fenders. Here's where that logo is. Just a nice little stamp, dude. It's supposed to be really tasteful, not like in your face. And then, of course, we have all of the companies that helped out right here as well. We got the 309R. It says Patriot up here. The digital desert camo in the background. I had to flip the flags and these R's back here because they would have been with the stars would have been in the back. So like I said, the stripes are supposed to be trailing. So that's what they're going to look like. I can't wait to see what these things look like, man. On the desert camo plastics, it's going to look trick, dude. No doubt. So that is the 250R graphics. I can't wait to get them in the mail. This is the first time I've ever actually had completely custom graphics made. I've had like my sticker, like on the Banshee. Those are cheapy eBay graphics, and then I just put my sticker on the side, so it kind of looks like they're my graphics. And if you don't like in the pictures and stuff, yeah, it kind of looks like my decal or my logo is like in those graphics, but it's just on top. So this is going to be the first time I ever had like totally custom graphics, and I'll show you also the Maverick decal that I'm having made. So this is just a real simple logo. I designed this on here, and AGMX is also printing this. This is really simple. It's not like total graphics like we did with the 250R. It's going to go on the side, and I did a little kind of picture showing the what this is going to look like on the Maverick. You can see it right there. Just real simple, man. I think that looks pretty cool though, and it's going to set it apart from other Mavericks and kind of just like put my little logo on there. Oh yeah, Mike Sabo made it. So cool. But yeah, man. So that's the graphics. What they're going to be coming in, and yeah, man. I just want to make this video for you guys. Like I said, I get so many freaking DMs. Like, dude, where's Project 250R? You're starting all these projects, not finishing anything. I get it, dude. I do not want to be a channel that does shit like that. Definitely not. So all the projects should be coming to a head here. Like I said, the Maverick is 99% done as soon as that temperature sensor comes in. That one's done, and it just sucks, man. Like when you lose momentum, dude, I want to be putting these videos out for you like one after another. I just can't without the parts. Like I do like I do a lot of reading, and I study up on psychology and like human psychology and whatnot, and I know how it is, man. Like with TV shows, it's once a week, and if you skip even just 1 week, like 2 weeks go by, you forget about it, man. Out of sight, out of mind. So I like to keep your guys' attention span, keep you guys involved, and I know you guys want to see what's going on with that project. You want to see what it looks like when it's done. Me too, man. So that's what's going on, man. I appreciate you guys. Get a lot of people like reaching out to me, like, "Oh, dude, what do you think of this coronavirus?" And I don't know, man. I think something's up. Like it's just weird. The whole thing just seems like it's blowing out of proportion, but who knows, dude? I definitely think it's a thing. Like I definitely, you see all these cases and whatnot. Like people, apparently it's like a very serious thing. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. So let me know in the comment section how you guys are doing, what you think of all this stuff going on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Can't wait to go riding this weekend, man.